Hi everybody, my name is Will Torres. I am a comic book artist from New Jersey. Pretty much I was born in Puerto Rico, but raised here in the States. I learned how to become an artist at a very young age, at the age of 7. Just looking at TV shows from the old Batman black and white TV shows, reading comics that my mom bought me. I literally gravitated to the art form, and from there I just literally followed that path and did my best to become a professional comic book artist.
Awesome. What was your favorite comic book when you were growing up?
My favorite comic growing up, I would say, was the Fantastic Four, drawn by John Byrne. All-time legendary comic book artist. I would say his run is the best run in the Fantastic Four comic book line ever drawn and written.
Right. So if he is your favorite, do you see any influence of his work in your work at all?
Oh, definitely, because a lot of my favorite artists, when I was teaching myself how to draw, I would look at their art and pretty much like tried my best to draw, I guess, in their same style. But what happened was, as I gotten older, gotten better, my own style started to manifest. But you can see little bits and pieces of their style in my artwork, even still to this day.
Right. Now, did you go to school for art?
Not at all. I taught myself how to draw by just looking at comics.
Right. And now, since you've been drawing professionally, have you done any other professions, or have you always just been an artist?
Actually, yes. Because of my art being in films as film props, directors love my art, and they had asked me to become a background actor in a couple of films, which actually for about 5 years I pursued that industry, but it was too demanding. You're talking about 16, 18 hours a day of literally standing, waiting until you're called to be in the scene, and that was just way too much for me. So I backed out of that and went right back into my comics.
Right back in. Now, now you're an independent artist at the moment, but what have you worked on? Have you worked on Marvel and DC?
I've done a couple of pinup illustrations from Marvel. Thunderbolts issue number 5, I have a pinup in there. Domino issue number 6, there's a pinup in there. I've done work for the official Walking Dead magazine, issue number 5, contributing artist. The list goes on and on, but yeah, I've done a lot of work outside of my own comic art. When I say comic artist, I am currently publishing my own line of comics, but outside of that, I've done stuff for other publishers.
Right, can you speak about some of your comics that you're publishing now? Or?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm currently producing the next chapter of Mr. Venture, Man of Adventure, co-created with the help of the legend that is Stan Lee. First hero created from the 9/11 destruction. That is really my gift to everyone, because within that comic pages, if you read it from the front to the end, you're going to learn a lot about other people's religion and how to respect their religion through this character and the story that I'm telling.
Right. Now, did you have a relation with Stan Lee at all?
As friends, because I met him at New York Comic Con 2012, and that's when I approached him with my character, and I showed him the design for the character. He actually took some time with me, and I asked him very politely if he can name the character for me, at which time he told me, listen, son, he always addressed me as son. Listen, son, I created 500 plus characters for the Marvel Universe. I get approached a lot about this, and I decline it because I've already done what I had to do, but I really like your character. Actually, he looks a lot like me. So what I will do, I'm going to name him for you right on the spot. He took a few seconds, he looked at it. Mr. Venture, Man of Adventure, that's the tagline. But make sure you name, his first name is Stanley. Stanley, which is Stanley's real name.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, so also, I know you have a good relationship with Todd McFarlane.
Yes, I love Todd McFarlane. He is the gift to the comic world. The guy is very strong, passionate about his comics, his creations, and because of the passion that I have for his art and also for the businessman that he is, I approached him a couple of years ago at New York Comic Con, and he actually took some time in a private room to create the variant cover for Mr. Venture. And also what was cool about it, after he created it, he gave me the art. This is yours to do what you want.
Right. Now I know you create a lot of his characters, recreate them and draw them, and a lot of artists aren't allowed to, or look down upon.
I wouldn't say that they're not allowed to. I just say that they're not doing it for some reason.
Right.
The reason why I'm doing it, one, because I'm friends with Todd. I'm a huge fan of Todd McFarlane, and Todd very rarely creates art outside of his work. You may see him at conventions. He might do like a drawing at the booth, and then give it to someone. But if you were to approach him asking for a sketch, he doesn't have the time to do that, and I don't think he would want to do that because he's just a busy guy. He has a long line of people waiting for him to get his signatures. So Todd loves the fact that I am recreating his art on blank sketch covers because it's something he can't really do right now, and he actually signs every single one that's brought to him. And personally, he had told me that he really likes what I'm doing.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So when you do it, you bring it to him, or the person who you give it to?
Exactly.
They bring it to him to
and
sign
actually,
it.
there's a couple of companies that I've done these recreations for. One of them is Scorpion Comics, SuperNyce Comics, which is where I'm at today doing a sketching event. They commission me. I create. They're actually called reproductions. What they do is they take it to Todd. I guess they go out to his office in Arizona, and over there, Todd, with a CGC witness, signs the books. They get encapsulated in CGC, and then they hit the market.
Right.
For triple the amount of maybe what I sell them for.
Right. Now, you were just talking to my dad about, how you do your work for a fair price.
Yes.
And a lot of artists, if you go to a show or you get them to do commissions, they really hit you over the head. Why do you do that?
The reason why I do that, this world that I'm in, which is the comic industry, I love it. It's in my blood. Being in that world is being in a room or a convention hall full of like-minded people. And what I deliver is eye candy to my fans, and they love it, and they, of course, they want to spend money on it, but I make sure that I give it to them at a reasonable cost because we're all struggling in life. And the last thing that I want to do is hit someone $300, $400 for just a blank sketch cover art. I can't see myself doing something like that. And if it's like a nice event like what I'm doing today for May the 4th be with you, and it's also Free Comic Book Day, I also drop my prices on my blank covers to make it very easy for the fans to buy.
Right. Now, where can everyone find you at? Everyone
can find me at Art of Will Torres, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And in October, you'll be able to go to www.willtorres.com, be able to commission me online, purchase my comics, get them directly from me, and much, much more.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.